The one thing that is absolutely guaranteed is that you will exit your business. And this is kind of like a really scary conversation for business owners right the way around the world. But if you know that you're going to exit your business, then what's your plan? And the best exits are actually planned over 15 years in advance, where you really start thinking about growing that next rung of talent that can ultimately be equity owners and partners on the inside of the business. Whether or not they be in property management, operations, or sales, your job is to start to think, what would an exit actually look like today? And this is such an important part because you don't want to be one of those people that literally kind of exits the business because you were taken out, as opposed to be someone who was really clear about what they did to build a highly saleable business. Now, if you think about it, what actually makes your business saleable? Well, it's going to be the assets that you own, recurring income based around what you do inside of your property management business, any buildings or infrastructure that the business might own, the power of brand, and ultimately a sales business that has been de-risked of a key individual. And that basically means that a business cannot have any one individual writing more than 25% of the fees if it really wants to maximize its enterprise value. Now, your job as being a great business leader is to start to think about what are we doing in sales, what are we doing in property management, and then what are we doing in terms of balance sheet? And then how are we actually building a structured leadership team that can actually run each of those individual items? Now, if you get really clear about what success looks like, then you know that an exit is going to be a pivotal moment inside of that business for it to be a long and enduring company. Beyond an exit, then you've got to start to think about an entry. And this is about making sure that when someone comes to enter the business, that they can't ultimately lend against the business to finance their purchase. They need to be able to lend against their own individual assets so that naturally the business can use itself to actually go and buy and acquire additional businesses, or maybe to pay out a partner in the event of misadventure or something actually going on. Your job is to make sure that you've got it really clear about what the mandate is on when people would enter a business. Is it about their length of tenure? Is it about them living by the cultural rules? Is it about making sure that they produce a minimum amount of income or actually control a minimum amount of income on the inside of the business? And when you get clear about how people enter and how people exit, then ultimately it makes a massive difference to the ongoing success of any business. It's time to sit down with the additional business owners and your advisory to actually have a proper chat around what an entry and an exit would look like in your business and start planning that exit 15 years before you need to. That way it's not rushed, it's not hurried, and you've got everything organized in exactly the right way that it should be. And starting to think about what the entries would look like so you can bring the future talent of our industry through into the ownership of your business. And naturally, so they can actually substantially increase the enterprise value by keeping it a long and enduring company long after you've actually left the room.